this is various steps. Step 1. Step 1 is, so usually the graph of a quadratic function either looks like this or it will look like this. One of these. It either looks like this or this. That's how my graph, and it's known as parabola. This is known as parabola. It is upward facing parabola, downward facing parabola. Upward facing, downward facing parabola. That's how the graph of a quadratic function looks like. So what does step 1 says is, determine whether parabola opens upward or downward. You have to, first step is to figure it out whether it's gonna face upward or downward. That's how you figure it out. How you do it is, you're just gonna look at your A. You will look at your A. If A is positive, A is greater than 0. A is positive. If it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, then it is gonna be upward facing. It's gonna look like this. Or you can say upward parabola. And if it's less than 0, it's gonna be downward parabola. So that's your first step, to just look at your A. If A is positive, upward, A is negative, downward. Let's go to step 2. Step 2 says, determine the vertex of parabola. What's the vertex? This middle part here, this point. If it's upward facing, this will be my vertex. If it's downward facing, this will be my vertex, the middle part. So they want you to find the vertex of the parabola. So how do you find the vertex? It is minus b over 2a. So you will figure out from your equation what's your a, what's your b, what's your c. A is next to x square, b will be a number next to x, and c is a constant. Plug in this formula. Put a negative sign, and whatever is b is given right here, divided by 2 times a. Whatever you find, whatever answer you find, 4, 5, 6, after solving this, whatever value you find, you're going to plug in your f, in your function, to find the y coordinate. And this whole thing, this whole coordinate will be your vertex. So your vertex will be negative b over 2a. Whatever answer you get, plug in your f, that will be your vertex of parabola. Step 3. To find x-intercepts. Again, x-intercepts, anyone who knows how to find x-intercepts? We know x-intercept, you put y equal to 0. It's opposite. For y-intercepts, put x is equal to 0. For x-intercept, put y is equal to 0. When you will put y is equal to 0, you will get 0 is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. And you know how to solve this for x. Quadratic formula. You're going to use quadratic formula. X is equal to negative b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac over 2a. So step 3 is, first you put y is equal to 0, you will get this thing, and then use quadratic formula to find the value of x. Step 4. To find y-intercepts. Easy. For y-intercept, put x is equal to 0. Just put x is equal to 0, you will find your y-intercept. Step 5 is, you need at least, I would say in this question, you would need at least 5 points. 1, 2, 3, at least 4 points. If you get 4 points from the above steps, you are good. If you don't get 4 steps, from 4 points from the original steps, I would suggest you to go for more. Okay. Plot these points. from step 2 to step 4. If need additional points, find some. So you at least you can say at least 4 points. There's nothing new you're learning in this. It's very easy steps for this one. Any questions so far, anyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For step 5, the thing right next to step 4, there's period, and then what is that?
It's in
I
this
can't read
here?
it.
In step 5 or period here?
Yeah.
If.
Step 5.
If.
And then yeah.
If. It's
FF? Okay.
If. IF.
If. IF.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's IF. If. Any other question? Guys, my handwriting is bad. Any point you don't understand anything, let me know.
In step 2, what's that formula? I have the negative b over 2a, but what's that little thing in the middle right
Okay.
before f?
Oh, that's a comma.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other question, anyone? So let's do an example on this. Let's do an example. So everyone done copying this? Anyone who's still copying can ask me. I'll wait.
I need more time.
Okay. Yeah.
What are the 4 points that we're graphing, or like that we'd have to graph in step 5?
So basically 4 points, usually you will get 1 point from here, 2 points you will get from here, and 1 point from here. So you will generally have 4 points. But in case you don't get 4 points, then you go to this step 5. Step 5 usually is not necessary, but you only go in case you don't get 4 points from here. But you will get 4 points. You'll see when we do an example, you'll see we'll get 4 points. Kylie, done? Okay.
Wait, yes. You said we'd get 2 points from step 3?
Step 3. You'll see how. We'll see. See example. Let's see. Let's do an example here. Okay. I say my example is fx is equal to negative x square negative 2x plus 1. This is my example. Okay. Can I have Jamie?
Yeah.
Okay, Jamie. I need to first step is always to figure out your A, B and C. Can you tell me what's my A, B and C?
So your A is negative 1 squared. So
just negative 1.
Positive.
No, it's just negative 1. It's a number next to x square.
And then B is negative 2.
Okay.
And C is positive 1.
Okay. Oh my god, you look so different, Jamie. It looks like I've never seen you before. I guess it's a hairstyle.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Tracy. Is Tracy here?
Yeah.
Okay. Tracy, step 1. What's your step 1? So Trace, what does step 1 says is determine whether parabola is upward or downward. What you're going to look at is just
negative or downward.
Yes. And A is given to be negative 1, which is a negative number less than 0. So it's going to be downward. I know my parabola is going to look like this. I know my graph is going to look like this. Step 1 tells me how my graph is going to look like. Step 2. Let's see if someone has some. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Faith, you wanted me to put the page here. I'm putting here the page. Okay, next step. Okay, step 2. Can I have Benjamin?
Yeah, it says step 2 is to find the vertex
Okay,
of the
vertex.
parabola.
And what's the formula?
Negative b over 2a,
Comma, f of?
comma, f of negative b over 2a.
Okay, perfect. So for this, first you have to find the first thing, negative b over 2a. Let's do it. Negative sign is already there. What is b?
b is negative 2, but it would just be positive 2
Yes.
because it's negative, negative.
And 2 times what?
Negative 1.
Okay, perfect. Let's solve this. So it becomes 2 over what? What is 2 times negative 1? Yeah, Benjamin, solve.
Oh, negative. So it would just be the answer would just be 2. Because negative 2 over 2, or 2 over negative 2 is just 2.
Which is? What is 2?
Positive 2?
What is 2 divided by negative 2?
Positive 2?
Negative 1.
Oh,
You're dividing them, so you get negative 1 as your answer. So that's what you're gonna do. For the vertex, first you're gonna do is you're gonna solve. You're gonna solve here. Note this minus sign is just there. Don't say, oh, this b already has negative sign, I'm not gonna consider this negative sign. No, this negative sign is from the formula and this negative is coming from b. You will be considering both of them and then solve. Once you got this, you need to find f of negative 1 now. First you will do is you will find the number here. Whatever number you found, you're going to find f of negative 1. You found what is negative b over 2a, which is negative 1. Now, Jacqueline. Is Jacqueline here? Nope. Melanie?
Yeah, you would just plug in the negative 1, right, into
Yes.
f of x?
Yes. So what do you get?
What'd you say? Sorry.
What will you get? You're correct. You plug in. Can you tell me what's the formula?
Solve it first. Must.
So how do you do it is how to find f of
Is it 4?
You're getting 4. Let's check. So what you are going to do is if you have to find f of negative 1 in the original function, wherever you see x, you're going to replace it with negative 1. It becomes negative 1 square minus 2 times negative 1 plus 1. Let's see what it is. So what has become? Negative 1 square is positive 1, so it becomes negative 1. Then negative 2 times negative 1 becomes positive 2 plus 1. Melanie, where did you go wrong?
Oh, for the negative 1 to this exponent, I did positive 1, that's why.
Okay, so here when you solve, it becomes 2. So it will be negative 1, 2, not negative 1, 4.
Oh yeah, I messed that part up.
Any questions, anyone? How I got the vertex? So first you find your negative b over 2a. Whatever you found, put in your original function. Replace x with that. I replaced x with negative 1. It became negative 1 square minus 2 times negative 1 plus 1. And then you solve. You will get your vertex. Let's start graphing. I want you to start graphing on the side. Let's start graphing.
Miss K,
Yeah.
I have a question. If it was negative 1 plus 2 plus 1, wouldn't it be? Oh, no, never mind. I got it. I messed up.
It's okay. Okay, so this is my graph here. Let's see here points. So this is my 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. I need negative 1, 2. Negative 1, that means here, and 2 here. So this is my vertex here. I found my vertex here. Perfect. I know it's going to be downward facing like this, but let's see. Let's see step 3. Step 3. Sean,
Yes.
okay. Sean, what's the step 3?
For step 3, you have to find the x-intercept.
Yeah, x-intercept. For x-intercept, what do you do?
You go 0 is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c.
So
which we already
basically,
know.
I'll put 0 is equal to, so my fx will become 0, and I put 0 is equal to negative
2.
x squared negative
Oh.
2x plus 1.
Yeah.
Okay. After this, what do I do?
Then x is equal to negative b plus or equal to the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a.
Perfect. And let's substitute values. What's your b?
Our b is negative 2.
Okay, so it becomes negative of negative 2 square root of negative 2 whole square minus 4. What's your a?
Our a is negative 1.
And c?
Our c is 1.
Okay, over 2. And a is?
A is negative 1.
Okay. Can you help me? What does become? What is negative of negative 2?
Negative of negative 2 becomes 2.
2 square root of, what's this negative 2 square?
2. Oh, squared?
Yeah,
It becomes 4.
4. Negative
Negative
4,
4. No, positive 4. Positive 4.
positive 4 over 2 times negative 1 is
That becomes positive 4.
negative 2.
And then, 2.
Yeah,
Or negative 2.
yes. Now let's solve this further. Let's solve. What does it become? 2 plus minus square root of 8 over 2, negative 2. What's the square root of negative 8?
Square root of 8 is 2. Or wait, 4. Hold on.
What's the square root of 8? You know it?
I do not actually.
Square root of 8 you don't know. Square root of 8 is, square root of 4 is 2, square root of 16 is 4, but you don't know the square root of 8. So what you do is, in this case, I would suggest you to just separate them. Separate them like this. See here. Okay. So you got basically here as x is equal to, you got x as 2 plus minus square root of 8 over
8.
negative
2.
2. That's what you got. Separate them.
Yeah.
So it becomes 2 plus square root of 8 over 2, and x as 2 plus square root minus square root of 8 over 2. You separate the minus signs. Now square root of 8. Let's make factors of 8. Let's make factors of 8 here. Okay.
2, 4.
1.
2 and 2.
And 2, 2.
2, 2. So you got factors of 8 as 3 2s. So it becomes
Yeah.
2 times 2 times 2 over 2. Since I'm finding a square root, I'm going to make a pair of 2. I'm going to make a pair of 2. I made a pair of 2.
Okay.
So 1 2 will come out. Since I have one pair, so that means I will take out one pair, 1 2 only outside, and inside I will left with only 1 2. Square root of 8 is basically 2 square root 2 over 2. Similarly, when you do here also, you will get 2 like this, because square root of 8 is 2 root 2. Anyone who did not understand how I got 2 root 2 here?
It would be a negative 2 on the bottom, right?
Oh yes, it's going to be negative 2. Yes, correct. But anyone has any questions how I got 2 root 2? Okay. So divide it. Divide.
Explain it one more time.
Okay. So you had square root. You have to find square root of 8, right? And I know square root of 8 is 2 times 2 times 2. When you're doing square root, what you're going to do is, you're going to make pairs. Okay, I have two 2's, right? I'm going to make a circle on this. I found one pair. This second 2 does not have a pair. I will leave as it is. From each pair, you can take out only one outside. From this, I took out 2 outside. So this pair is gone now. What I'm left with inside is root 2. Got it? Any other questions, anyone? How I got to this point? The reason I'm teaching you this thing is, in my lab, they may ask you to write it this way. That's why you need to know how to do it. You got this thing. Let's simplify. Negative 2. This thing is divided by, whole is divided by negative 2. That means you're dividing each and every term with negative 2. Divide this 2 also with negative 2. What do you get? Negative 1. Divide this 2 root 2 also divided by negative 2. It gives you negative root 2. I distributed this negative 2 at the bottom. So it becomes 2 divided by negative 2. Negative 2 divided by square root of negative 2. And in this case, it becomes negative 1 positive root 2. Anyone who did not understand how I reached here? How I got these? I just divided by minus 2 here. I divided 2 also with minus 2. I got negative 1. Then 2 root 2 with negative 2. I got this thing. Similarly here. Any doubts till this step? You're like, oh, I don't know what is this point. Where do I plot? I don't know what is this point. Use your calculator. If your MyLab says just write like this, write it like this. Otherwise, find in decimals. Use your calculator here. Use your calculator. I need to find negative 1 negative square root. Let's see. Negative 1. Okay. Negative square root sign is over x square. Second x square and then 2. Let's see what you get. Negative 2.41. Negative 2 point, when I solve this, I get negative 2.41. Since this is my x-intercept, my first point is going to be negative 2.410. Let's mark it. Negative 2.410 is going to be somewhere here. This is my second point I found. Let's solve this thing. Use your calculator again. You have this negative sign, negative 1 plus. Now square root. Square root is over the square. Make sure you know how to use calculator. Square root of 2. Press enter. 0.41. So you get 0.41. Let's see, 0.41 will be somewhere here. I found my 3 points. Any questions so far? Anyone? Okay. Cole, Adam?
Yeah, I got a question.
Yeah.
Hey, Gianni.
Gianni.
So I'm just trying to understand. So this right now, we're trying to find the x-intercept and the y-intercept. Is that what we're trying to find through these 2 steps right here?
Yes. With this step, yes.
Okay, and then and the way we got there was by
quadratic formula.
Okay. All right, thank you.
For x-intercept, you will use quadratic formula. For y-intercept, you just put x is equal to 0, you will get your answer. You will see how we are doing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Question.
Yeah.
So to get the 0.41, that was the positive side of the quadratic formula, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Not that point. No, that was actually negative side.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah. Any other question, anyone? Okay. So let's go to step 4 now. Okay. Cole, Adam?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Step 4 is to find y-intercept. What do I do for y-intercept?
You just put x is equal to 0.
So basically it becomes f of 0 is equal to negative 1, 0 square minus 2 times 0 plus 1.
Yes.
What does it become?
I'm doing that part right now.
Okay. Do it and tell me.
Is it just 1?
Yes, it's 1. If you solve here, anything multiplied by 0 is 0, so you'll get 1. So what is how do you write your y-intercept? How do I write in coordinate form?
Negative 1, 0.
Your x is always 0 in y-intercept, right?
Oh, other way. 0, -1.
0, 1, 1, 1, positive 1.
Oh, positive 1.
0, 1. So let's mark 0, 1 here. 0, 1 is gonna be here. I marked my point. Note, while graphing, I already got 4 points. While graphing, I already got my 4 points. I don't have to go to step 5. So I just join them. So it's gonna go like this. This was my vertex, so from this point it's gonna change and put an arrow on both sides. Any questions, anyone? Everyone got it?
I have one question. So if you hadn't gotten 4 points, like if you had only gotten 3, what would you do next?
Then what would you do
Which
is
is-
you're gonna make a table. You're gonna make a table X and Y. Okay. Write the points you already found. So the points I found as -1, 2. I found 0. I found 0, 1. I found -2.410, 0.410. I got these points. Suppose there were 3 points only. What I'll do is I'll take any value of x other than these. I will take any value of x other than these which I've already taken here. So I can take as 1. I did not find x value as 1. Take 1, put in your original function. So your original function was fx is equal to -x square -2x plus 1. I want you to replace your x as 1. Let's solve. You get -1 square minus 2 times 1 plus 1. You get -1, -2 plus 1, which becomes to be -2. So your other point will be 1, -2. So plot that. 1, -2. See here, it's on the graph here if you check. In case you have to find the fourth point, and the fourth point was not, you were not getting the fourth point using the initial 4 steps. Make sure you're choosing a x value which you have already not chosen here. So I chose here 1. You can choose anything you want and find the value of y by putting that point in the original function. Any other questions, anyone? Okay. So next I'm gonna do is I want you to do this problem yourself. You're given fx is equal to -x square plus 4x plus 1. You need to graph this. -x square plus 4x plus 1. Graph this right now.
Is that 1 minus x?
No, that's not 1. That's just, I wrote it accidentally. It's -x square.
Okay.
Leah?
Yeah.
Okay, my step 1. What do you get from step 1?
For step 1, we have to put it into the formula negative
No,
b
no, no,
over
no, 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 no. Step 1 is not that. No, no, no. Step 1 is you have to tell whether it's upward facing or downward facing.
It's downwards, I believe,
How do you know it's downward?
because it's negative.
What's your A? What's your A?
Can you say that again? I can't hear you.
What's your A? What's your A, B, and C? Let's figure out what's your
A equals negative 1,
B is?
4, and C is 1.
Okay. So you're saying A is negative 1. Is it a positive number or negative number?
Oh, it's a positive, so it's
Negative
positive.
1 is positive?
Or negative, sorry.
Negative number. That is less than 0. It is less than 0. That means it's going to be upward or downward?
Downwards.
Downward, yes. My graph is going to look like this. I know it. Okay, perfect, Leah. Gianni,
Yes.
what did you find your domain? Oh, sorry, vertex. Vertex. Next step is to find vertex.
So negative b over 2a,
Okay.
comma f, parentheses, negative b over 2a.
Okay.
And then to plug that in, it's going to be negative 4 over 2 times negative 1.
Okay. And what did you solve?
And then going straight down from that, be negative 4 over negative 2.
Okay.
And your answer would be 2.
Okay. Then you're going to
And
plug in 2 here.
then the other side, f times negative 1. So then you get
No, no, no,
Neg-
no, 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 no. Wait. F times negative 1?
times 2. Sorry,
Yeah.
because it's so then it's going to be negative 2, the
Okay.
second power, plus 4 times 2 plus 1.
Okay.
And then I haven't finished the problem.
Okay.
That's as far as I got.
Okay, okay. Do it. Let's see what you get.
Okay. Would it be 13?
How did you get? What does this become? The first term.
Sorry, it would be negative, sorry. Negative 4
Okay, negative 4 plus
plus 8.
plus 1, which is?
Yeah, sorry, I forgot the negative.
It's okay.
So it'd be 9.
It will be 9.
Yes.
Do again.
It'd be 9, right? I think it's 9.
What is negative 4 plus 8?
Or it'd be 4 or 5, sorry.
5. Correct. You got it. So this is my vertex. Start graphing. Start graphing. So I need 2, 5. So a little more than. It's asking for 2, 5 is gonna be here. So 1, 2, negative 1, negative 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, 2, 5 is this thing. This is my vertex here. From my vertex, 2, 5 here. Perfect. Okay. So let's see. Evander. Evander. He's not here. Okay. Evander is not here. Aiden.
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me what is step 4? Actually, step 3. You're on step 3.
Step 3? Okay. So, okay. Okay. So the first one's going to be negative parentheses 4
Negative,
or negative 4
negative 4
plus or minus
square root
of 16 minus 4.
What is A?
Negative 1.
And then C?
1.
Okay, over 2 times what's your A?
Negative 1.
Perfect. Solve this and tell me what you get.
Like the finished product or just
Yeah,
after
the
that?
finished one.
So like the two plots?
Yeah, 2 points, yes.
Okay, I got 2.3 to 0.
Okay.
So x is 2.3
Okay, and
5.70.
okay, let's check. I get minus 4 plus minus square root of 16 plus 4 over negative 2. Okay, let's see what you get. Negative 4 plus minus square root of 20 over negative 2. Let's make factors. What did you get the factors? Or how do you do it? The square root of 20?
Oh shoot. I already say that I messed up. Yeah. I forgot that it was a positive 4, not a negative 1.
Yeah, so let's see the square root of 20. Let's make factors. 2 times 10. I got a 2 as a prime factor. Then 10 can be further divided to as 2 times 5. So 2 times 2 times 5. I got 2 times 2 times 5 over negative 2. When you solve, you get negative 4 plus minus. I'll make a pair. If I have something common, I'll make a pair. I know there are 2 2's, so I'll make a pair of 2. I can take out 1 2 outside from the pair and I'm left with 5 inside. You get this thing. Now I divide this 2 with each and every term. When I divide negative 4 by negative 2, I get 2 plus minus 2 root 5 divided by 2 is just root 5 because 2's get cancelled. Use calculator to find what is the value of 2 plus positive 5 and 2 minus this thing. Let's see. 2 plus square root of 5, 4.23. So it becomes 4.230. And then 2 minus square root of 5. Negative 0.230. These are the 2 points you got. Plot them. 4.230, 4.230. So 4.230 is going to be somewhere here. Okay. Then you have negative 0.230. Negative 0.230 is going to be here. So I found my 2 more points. Any questions, anyone, till step 3?
How did you get rid of the denominator?
Okay, how do you get rid of the denominator? I'm going to divide this denominator, negative 2, with each and every term. When I divide negative 4 by negative 2, what do I get? Who's asking me this question? Jamie, right? Okay. What is negative 4 divided by negative 2?
Is it negative 2?
Is it positive? It's positive. Negative makes it positive, right?
Okay.
And then when you divide 2 square root of 5 by negative 2, you get root 5 only. So basically what I did, I skipped a step. If I did, I separated them. So I get this thing. I separated the division. Then I did it. This thing becomes 2 plus minus 2 divided by 2, they cancel. You're left with square root of 5. Did you get it, Jamie?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone who did not get it, how? Any questions till step 3? Jasmine?
Yeah.
Okay, step 4. What's the step 4?
You put 0 into the x's or
Wait.
y.
Yeah, when you do it, what do you get?
I got 1.
So f of 0 as negative 0 square plus 4 times 0 plus 1. So you get 1. So what's the coordinate? How do you write it in the form of coordinate?
So 0, 1.
Yeah,
is the
0,
x.
1.
So-
Perfect. Perfect. Let's mark 0, 1 here. I got my 4 points already here. I don't have to worry. Just join it. Make a round from here. There it goes down. That's it. That's the answer. Note the domain. If I say you have to find the domain and range for each function, you have to find the domain and range for each quadratic thing. Note my domain. Domain will always be negative infinity to infinity. No matter what, my domain will always be negative infinity to infinity. For range, usually for domain you see x-axis, for range you see y-axis. Okay. Can I, Jasmine just answered. Kylie?
Yes.
Okay. Forget about everything in this graph exists. I need to find the range for this thing. Can you tell me from, just see the y-axis. From where to where is my y values going for this function?
Are you asking me to like answer for the range?
Yes.
Would the range be 0.23 to 4.23?
No, you don't see you don't see the x-axis. For range you see the y-axis.
Oh, okay.
So from where to where it is going?
So would the range be 5 to negative infinity?
You always write negative infinity first and then all the way to 5 and closed bracket 5 because 5 is also included. That's what you see. See, it's negative infinity because there is an arrow. Here. That's why it's negative. It's going up towards negative infinity. And you always write range from here. You start the first point from here and go all the way till up. You start from the negative side to the positive side. So that's how you write negative infinity to 5. And the 5 will have this bracket because 5 is included in this graph. Any
Wait,
question?
so if the parabola was flipped, it would be infinity, not negative infinity?
Yes, it will be upside, yes. If it's upside facing, yes. Any questions?
Can you explain why the 5 is the y? And just real quick, please.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't.
So yeah, when you have to find the range, you always look at domain, you always look at x-axis. For range, you always look at y-axis. Remember that. So basically, you're looking at the first coordinate for domain and the second one for y. Okay. If I see this graph, just let's look at the y-axis. I forget everything else exists. Just look at this y-axis. From where to where is my y values going? I know it's going till 5. Note, till second coordinate. It's going till 5 only. It's not going beyond that. Right? And from where till where? See, there is arrow. So it's gonna go all the way till negative infinity also. Are you getting it, Gianni? So
Yes, thank you.
yeah, that's how I got negative infinity to 5. And on 5, I will have a closed bracket. The reason is because 5 is included. Yeah. Anyone who did not understand this part? Okay. Jade.
Yes.
Okay. Jade, this is the problem we did before. So we did not found the domain and the range. Can you tell me the domain?
Let me get it up. The range would be same, correct? And so it would just be negative infinity to infinity.
Domain is what?
Negative infinity to infinity.
Okay, what about range?
Range would be negative infinity to 2.
And 2, what kind of bracket will be on 2? Open or closed?
Closed.
Closed, because 2 is included. Yes, all my values are going up to 2 only. So it will be
close it back.
Yeah. Any question with domain and range? So next thing I would like to go is, again it's easy thing but just different steps. So right now we were given fx as ax square plus bx plus c, and we did how to graph this thing, a function of this thing. But quadratic could be given in this way also. Fx is equal to a x minus h whole square plus k. It could be given in this form also. When you are given in this form, everything remains the same, only one step will change. Only one step will change. Everything else remains the same. Okay. So how do you do it is, step 1, again you're going to look at your a. If it's greater than 0, it will be upward facing. Less than 0, it will be downward facing. This is common. Okay. Step 2, again you're going to do, okay, in step 2, vertex. To find the vertex, you don't have to use the formula. You will directly get your vertex looking at the here in this question here. You know what's your vertex? Whatever is the value given here to you, you're going to change the sign of the value. Since it's negative h, I'm going to write here h. So if it was negative 2, I'm going to write here 2. If it was positive 2, I'm going to write here negative 2. So you change the sign of your h and your k will remain as it is. If it's positive k, it will be positive k. If it's negative k, it will be negative k. That's how you find your vertex. If it's in this form, you can directly find your vertex. Here, change the sign of the h and k remains as it is. So by looking only you can find your vertex. You don't need to solve anything. Step 3, x-intercept. X-intercept, put y is equal to 0 and solve. In this case, you won't use quadratic formula. But I'll show you how to solve. Step 4, y-intercept. Put x is equal to 0. This also we have done. Step 5, find additional points. Points if necessary. How do you do it? Okay, let's do step by step. Okay, I'm given a problem. I say example, I'm given fx as negative 2 x minus 3 whole square plus 8. I'm given this example here. Jamila?
Yes.
Okay, so what's my a?
Negative 2.
Negative 2. Is it positive or negative?
Negative.
What happens when it's negative?
It goes down.
Perfect. Okay. Cameron Smith?
Yeah, could you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Cameron.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Step 2, vertex. What's my vertex?
You're gonna take negative 3 but switch it to positive 3.
Yes.
And then comma 8 because 8's the k value.
Exactly. That will remain as it is. It's positive, it will remain positive. You only change the sign of your h. Perfect. Execute. It's not here. Wyatt?
Yeah, no, I'm here. Ezekiel.
Oh, Execute is here? I thought you sent a message. Oh, it was someone else then.
Oh no, I won't be here Thursday.
Okay.
Friday.
Okay. No problem. So you have this thing. So step 3, I need to find x-intercepts. For x-intercept, what do you do?
I don't know.
Step 3. Here, see step 3?
Oh, it says x-intercepts y is equal to 0 in the cell.
Yeah, so basically y and fx, it means the same. I get this thing. You're gonna help me isolate x now. Help me isolate x, execute.
Okay.
What do I do?
Well, the negative 2x, you put that into x minus 3.
No, you cannot. Before, you have to open this otherwise. Let's do first, we get rid of this 8. I want to take 8 this side. What do I do?
minus 8 from both sides.
Okay, minus 8 both sides. I get minus 8 is equal to negative 2x minus 3 whole square. Now I want to get rid of this negative 2. What do I do?
Add 2 to both sides.
What is negative 2 doing with this bracket here?
It's going into x minus 3.
Is it multiplying, dividing, adding, or subtracting?
Multiplying.
So you divide both sides with negative 2. You do the opposite. If they're adding, you subtract. If they're multiplying with x, you divide. So you get 4 is equal to x minus 3 whole square. What's the opposite of square? Execute.
Yes.
How do I get rid of this square?
I don't know.
Square root. You're gonna take square root. But what do you do when you take square root yourself? What do you do, Execute? You know that?
No.
You put a plus minus sign. Note, square root was not there. You are putting it yourself to get rid of the square. So you're gonna put a plus minus sign on one side. I put a plus minus sign. What is square root of 4? What's square root of 4?
I don't know.
Use calculator. Do you have a calculator next to you?
Yeah.
Tell me square root of 4. Two. Perfect. And here they cancel. They cancel. The square and the square root gets cancelled. You're left with x minus 3. I'm going to separate them. I will write first 2 is equal to x minus 3 and then negative 2 is equal to x minus 3. Let's solve for x. What do you get x from here? The first one, Execute.
From x?
I need just x. What do I do my next step?
You divide both sides by x.
Divide. I just need x. This negative 3 is extra. What do I do?
Oh, you add 3 both sides.
Yes. You get x is equal to 5. What about here?
5. X equal 5.
What I'm going to do here in this part?
Add 3 to both sides as well.
Okay, perfect. You get x is equal to 1. So you got your points as 5, 0 and 1, 0. Start graphing. Start graphing from initial second step only. I did not do that, but always start graphing. Let's see here. Got this thing.
Wait, why does it become plus and minus 4? Like, if you go back a few steps, why is it plus and minus 4?
Because whenever you take square root yourself, note square root was not in the question, right?
Yeah.
You are taking yourself. You will always put a plus minus sign in front.
Oh, okay.
That's the rule for square root.
Is that the same for like cube root and like every other type of root that you add?
Not for cube root, even roots. It's
Okay.
same for even roots 2, 4, 6, 8. That's for true for that, not for 3. Not for cube root, not for 5th root, 7th root. Two, 3, 4, 4, 5. Let's see. 3, 8. Oh my god. I do it smaller one. So let me decrease the scale also. Again, 1, 2, 3. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 6, this is 7, this is 8. So 3, 8. 3, 8 is gonna go here. Okay. This is my 3, 8. Okay. Then 5, 0 is here. 1, 0 is here. And got your this thing here. maybe here. No, not this one. Maybe here. I found my 3 points. Fourth point, y-intercept, you put x as 0. You know that how to do it. Step 4. Step 4. Can I have y-art? Y-art not here? Y-art is not here. Minhan?
You said Mason?
0 minus 3 close bracket to the power of 2 plus 8.
Which becomes negative 2. What is negative 3 square?
Negative 3 square is 9.
Plus 8. Negative 2 times 9.
Negative 2 times 9 is negative 18.
Plus 8, which is?
Negative 10.
Negative 10. How do you write in coordinate form?
Quadratic form?
Oh, sorry, coordinate form. Coordinate.
Oh, that's y, so 0 and negative 10?
Yeah, 0, negative 10. Let's mark this point, 0, negative 10. So I'm going to change this to here. We got this point, negative 10. Join them. Since I've already have 4 points, I don't need to go to 5th point, extend it.
How did we get 0, negative 10?
Okay. So she put as, so for y-intercept, step 4 is to find y-intercept. So for y-intercept, you put x as 0. So original question was this thing. So wherever you see x, she put there as 0. Negative 3 square became 9. And then you multiply, negative 2 times 9 became negative 18. And in negative 18, you put 8, it became negative 10. You got it?
I get it now.
Yeah.
I just wasn't thinking.
Yeah, okay.
Can you move the paper up? I can't see step 5.
Oh, you want to see
I need to write it down.
step 5? Okay, step 5. Okay. Here. Just a second. Jaden?
Okay, I'm good.
Yeah. Jaden?
Yes.
Okay, what's the domain for this thing?
Is it just negative infinity, infinity?
Okay, what's the range?
It should be open bracket, negative infinity, close bracket, 8.
8. Perfect. Any questions, anyone? So next thing what we're going to talk about is maximum and minimum value. Maximum and minimum value. When your A is greater than 0, note how does my graph look like? It looks like this, right? It's gonna be upward facing. My graph is gonna be upward facing. So this point here will be my minimum point. My graph is not going less than that. So my vertex will give me minimum point. My vertex will give me minimum value. And if it's less than 0, since it looks like this, my vertex will give me maximum value. Note, if they are asking for value, you will look at the y coordinate. If they ask you at what point is the maximum value, at what point you will look at the x coordinate. Similarly here, minimum value y coordinate, at what point x coordinate. So basically if here, let's see in this example here. Okay, Alexander is not here. Okay, Gabriella.
Yes.
Okay, so this problem was fx is equal to negative 2 x minus 3 whole square plus 8. This is the problem, okay? What's my a in this case?
-2.
Which is less than 0. So I know my graph is going to look like this, which I already have the graph here, okay? Can you tell me whether this graph is going to give me maximum value or minimum value?
It'll give you maximum, right?
Yeah, because since here, see here, this is my maximum value.
Yes.
What's the maximum value?
For that one?
Yes.
It would be 8.
Okay. At what point? What's this coordinate? What can you write this coordinate, this vertex coordinate? How do you write it? What is it?
Sorry, what was that? My computer kind of glitched out.
Okay. What is this point? Can you tell me what is this point, Gabriella?
It is, I'm pretty sure it was 3, 8.
3, 8, right? So maximum value is 8. That's correct. You look at the y coordinate. At what point?
What do you mean, what point?
So if they will ask you in the question, maximum, what is the maximum value and at what point is the maximum value? At what point is the maximum value?
Isn't it
3?
Yeah. 3.
It will be the x coordinate. That's what it says here. That's what at what point will be x coordinate? If they're asking you value, you will look at the y coordinate. But if they're asking you the point, at what point, you're going to look at your x coordinate.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. Can I have Hadassah? Andrea.
Yes.
Okay. Andrea, I have this example here. Now, we did this example. Can you tell me it has a maximum or a minimum point?
Sorry, this is lagging. For which problem?
This one here.
That one is the maximum.
That's one you're saying is maximum. Okay. At what point?
At 2.
Okay. And what's the value?
5.
Yes, exactly. Value is the second one, and at what point it is here. Okay. Let's do one more here. We had one more example we did here. Okay. Can I have Carmen?
Yes.
Okay. What's the here you have maximum or minimum value?
For example 1, yeah?
It's maximum or minimum?
It's maximum.
At what value? At maximum at what point?
-1. I mean 2. Sorry. It's +2.
No, it is at -1. You are correct. So this point is -1, 2, right? If I say at what point it is -1, and what's the value is?
That's at 2.
Yes, perfect.
Right?
Yes, that's true. Perfect. Any questions, anyone? Okay. I'm going to write here a problem. I want you to graph this, and I want you to find the domain, range, maximum or minimum value, everything in this one. So, question that is given to you is, let's see here. You're given fx as x minus 1 square minus 4. I want everyone to do this problem right now. I want the graph, I want the domain and the range, and I want the maximum minimum value. Mason?
Yeah.
What's your step 1?
The domain is negative infinity.
No. What's your step 1?
Oh.
For graphing.
Identify what terms are A, B, and C.
Yeah, so what's A in this case?
What?
What's your A?
1.
Yes, 1. It is something here. It's 1. Is it positive or negative?
Positive.
What happens when it's positive?
I don't know.
See the steps. Did you write the steps?
Yeah.
See what happens when it's positive.
You have to find the vertex.
No, it's upward facing. My graph will look like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Vertex. Can you tell me the vertex, Mason?
What?
Vertex. What's my vertex?
Vertex is it's 1, -4.
Perfect. Maximus,
Yes,
can you help me find the x-intercepts?
the x-intercepts. Yeah, hold on, let me look at my. It would it's 0 equals parentheses 0 minus 1 and parentheses squared.
No. For x-intercept, you just put y as 0. Y is equal to 0, not x as 0. So x will remain as it is. Okay?
Okay.
Now let's solve for x.
Do you want me to tell you again?
Yeah, let's solve for
Now,
x.
if we solve for x, okay, that's what we're talking about. So we add 4 to both sides. So then it'll be 4 equals x minus 1 squared. And then we put that in a
Square root.
Square root, yeah, square root, that's what it's called. So plus or minus 4 equals x minus 1.
Okay. So you get what is plus minus square root of 4?
2.
2 is equal to x minus 1. Perfect. Let's separate them. I get x minus 1 as positive 2 and then I get x minus 1 as negative 2. What do I get from here? X is equal to what?
For that one, x is equal to 3.
And for here, what do I get?
X is equal to negative 1.
How do I write in coordinate form? My x is 3. What's my y?
0.
What about here? Negative 1 and?
0.
Perfect. Perfect, Maximus. Good. Faith. Faith is here. Kaylee?
Yes.
Okay, Kaylee, so can you tell me y-intercept?
So you said x equal to 0.
Yeah, so what do you get?
So then it's y equals parentheses 0 minus 1 squared minus 4. And then you subtract or you add the 4 to both sides. And then you square root, so you get the exponent away.
So what is negative 1 square?
Negative 1 squared is 1.
So you get 1 minus 4, which is negative 3.
Okay.
So your what's your y coordinate is 0, negative 3. Now let's graph it. Since I already found my 4 points, I can graph it. Okay, so let's see. Your vertex you found was 1, negative 4. So 1, negative 4 is going to be here. So this is your vertex, 1, negative 4. And then you found 3, 0. 3, 0 is here. And then you found negative 1, 0 is here. And then you found your y-intercept as 0, negative 3. 0, negative 3 is here. And then you join these points. Since it's upward facing, note my graph was upward facing, so it's gonna look like this. Okay. Can I have Cole Raymond?
Yes.
Okay. What's my domain?
Your domain is your domain. Let's see, it's from -1.
Domain is always negative infinity to infinity for quadratic.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah. What about range?
Your range is from -4 to infinity.
Yes, perfect. It's since it's starting from here now, the vertex, and it's going all the way to infinity. Okay, perfect. Is Evander here? Evander, Wyatt?
Okay, like
No? Okay, can I have Leah? Leah? She's not here?
I'm here.
Yeah, okay. Leah,
I'm
what
still working on it.
do you have maximum or minimum value here?
You keep breaking up, so I can't really understand what you're saying.
Okay, never mind. It's okay. I'll tell you. Okay, can I have then Jamie?
Yeah,
Do I have maximum or minimum value here?
minimum.
Okay, minimum at what point?
At -4.
No, minimum at 1, the x1.
Okay.
The y part will tell you. If I ask you what's the minimum value, then it's gonna be -4. Minimum value is at -4, but minimum value is at 1. Any questions with anything today what we did so far? So this was about quadratic functions. I again today few things. Okay, one more thing I want to say is while you're solving quadratic, if you get something like -6 or a negative number, that means you cannot find your x-intercepts. If you get something, a negative number inside a square root, no x-intercepts. So if you want to make a note for yourself, if you get a negative number inside a square root, no x-intercepts. Okay, that's one thing. And one other thing I want to say is I want everyone to start doing their homework. I'm seeing some of you are not doing your homework, and I want your homework, first 4 homeworks be done by Thursday. At least first 4 homeworks done by Thursday. So when you come on Thursday, make sure you do those first 4 homeworks. And today I'm going to assign homework that you can do later, but those 4 homeworks should be done by Thursday. And also you will have a quiz on chapter 2. Quiz on chapter 2 on Friday. Quiz on chapter 2 on Friday. So make sure you go through chapter 2. If you have any questions, come 30 minutes early before class. Stay after 30 minutes after class. Okay. And if you have any other questions, you can stay back. I have the attendance. And thanks, guys. It was nice having you. Have a nice day. See you on Thursday. See you on Thursday. Bye.
Bye.
Take care. Bye. If you have questions, stay back. Take care. Bye.
Miss K, I had a question.
Yes.
About homework number 4.
Okay.
Could you do like how we were dividing like F and G? Could you do an example?
Yes, we'll do that. Cole, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I have a question about the homework too, but we can do it after Cam's.
No. Okay, we can do right now after Cameron. Yes, we'll do that. So
Yeah.
Cameron, can you share your screen with me?
I can. I'm not on the homework right now. I know it was number 1 on homework number
Okay,
4.
so can you tell me what was the problem then?
Yeah, it was 3x plus 9 divided by x minus 6.
So fx is equal to, you had this thing. And what you had to do, you had to find inverse?
It was trying, well, the first part like was trying to just like solve the equation, simplify it from there, and then it was asking for the domain.
Yeah, so basically you have to find the inverse, right? That's the question. So first step for inverse is change fx to y. I did that. Then it says interchange x and y. Wherever I see y, I'm going to write there x, and wherever I see x, I'm going to write there y. So I got this thing. Next thing they say is solve for y. You're like, there are two y's. How do I solve it, Cameron?
Do the y's cancel?
No, you cannot cancel. So this, what is this y minus 6 doing? It's dividing, right? I want to get rid of it. I will multiply both sides with y minus 6.
Oh, by the reciprocal?
Yes.
By the flip?
Yes. So what do you get? Y minus 6 as 3y plus 9. The reason I'm is doing is here this was dividing, here it's multiplying, so they cancel.
Okay.
And let's then open this. When you open this, what does it become? X times y becomes xy. X times negative 6 becomes negative 6x is equal to 3y plus 9. Correct?
Yeah.
Now I'll take y terms on one side and terms which don't have y on the other side. I want to take this y here. What does it become?
You could add 6x to both sides and then subtract 3y from both sides.
Perfect. You got it. So you get minus 3y is equal to 6x plus 9. I got this thing. Next thing what happens is, I want just y, right? What do I do? These both terms are y. I take out y common.
It would be y and then parentheses x minus 3.
Perfect. 6x plus 9. So you get y is equal to, since it's multiplying, I'll divide both sides with x minus 3. I get this thing.
Oh, okay.
And the last step is to change y to f inverse. So you'll write f inverse of x as this thing.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
No, wait. Now for the domain part.
Oh,
for
yeah.
The domain part, what you're going to do is, since you have a denominator, what do you do when you have a domain part? You have a denominator, you put that not equal to 0.
Yeah.
So from here you get x not equal to 3.
0.
3.
Oh, 3? Okay.
When you solve, because your denominator is x minus 3 not equal to 0, right?
Oh, yeah.
So x not equal to 3. So this and this will be your final answer.
Okay, cool.
Okay? Yeah.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye.
you're welcome. Bye. Yeah, okay, cool. Now your turn.
Okay. So for my question, it's on homework number 2.
So you want to share your screen right now?
Yes. Let me
Okay.
see if I can get it right now.
Let me cancel my screen.
Okay.